Hi, my name is Sebastian Castellanos. I'm 26 years old. I train in California at South Coast Martial Arts. The way I handled this trip in comparison to other trips, I think this one was definitely easier for me to be more receptive to the experiences and not have so much conflict and disturbances going on inside, that I could actually take in the experience as opposed to be stuck in myself. I think that out of all the trips, this one was the most intense because it was one of the longest. We had a lot to do. There was a lot of training involved, especially like when you calculate 50 hours of training. But out of all of that, there was still a lot of grace that was handled to challenges and annoyances and frustrations. So I'm really happy about that. So a lot of receptivity and grace. I think not having any expectations is just a symptom of something deeper happening. So if you go and you just try not to have expectations, it's a little harder. But if you have like the understanding of why you wouldn't want to do that, it makes the experience more authentic. So like, because there's a certain understanding and I've traveled before and I've done these kind of things, I understand why I wouldn't want to do that. Because I'm not, like I said before, I shut off from what's actually happening because I'm stuck in my own expectations. When I don't have any expectations, I'm more receptive to what's actually organically happening in the moment. So I'm able to have more of a transformative experience, like the traveling is able to shape me more when there's no blockage or disturbances or expectations in my mind. Also too, it makes traveling a lot easier because you have to realize you go from what you're used to and you're in a new environment, chances are you're going to run into things that it's not the way you would like to have them. When you're immense enough in yourself to be able to enjoy it anyways, you end up having a better time. So yeah, not having preferences and having expectations helps a lot, but I think that's only a symptom. If you understand why you would want to do that, it becomes a lot more effortless and you don't have to try not to have expectations, you know, and you actually reap the benefit more than if you just try to do the symptom, which is, you know, have expectations, not have preferences. Even when we got sick, I would prefer not to be sick, but I was still able to enjoy it, you know what I mean? So that was good. That was nice. The one thing that stood out about being in China was that I was in China. Seriously though, I have a serious one. I think the one thing that stood out a lot was the second week of our trip when we were all starting to get out of it and starting to get on each other's nerves, and I mean bad. Especially on my nerves. I had so many negative things in my mind and negative things that could have potentially become negative statements that I found myself for days on end not saying the statements. I would get annoyed, I'd have a negative thought, but it never came out of my mouth. And after watching myself do that for like 3+ days, I was not impressed, but I was a little bit surprised. Because usually the common thing is to feel negative, think something negative, and say something negative, and I was happy with the fact that I could feel something negative, think something negative, but my words were so in my control. It felt really nice. I think that stood out a lot. And Philip, when I told Philip, he said, you're retraining your response system. And yeah, I felt different. Like I didn't feel like the urge to say it or the need to say it. I could just sit with it. Yeah, that was cool. Hi, my name is Sebastian Castellanos, and this was our China trip.